Have you guys ever went to eat a cookie, then one cookie turned into two, and then the whole pack? And then the next thing you know, you just ate half the pantry? Well, I have. Now, despite dealing with overeating pretty much all my life, I've lost over 40 kilograms in the last year or so. Since then, I've learned quite a lot about how to manage my eating. And this is the advice I would give myself if I could go back to when I was just starting out. First things first, you have to sit down with yourself and ask why you're overeating. Do you really like the feeling of being full? Is it a stress mechanism? Or are you coping with something? It usually falls under some category. So, as someone who has a big appetite, you have to realize this. You have a big ass appetite. So, trying to eat small portions and feel full, it's just not gonna work out. Now, there are ways around this. If you have a big appetite, it's not particularly that you just want to consume a large amount of high caloric food. It's just that you like eating a large amount of food. So what you can do is replace a lot of that food volume with things that are lower in calories. That could be veggie, leaner cuts of meat, or sugar-free drinks. Then some of us use food as a coping mechanism. At least I used to. What you have to realize about a coping mechanism is it's just an outlet. So you can replace your outlet with something else. For me, that was weightlifting. Whenever I'm feeling like shit, I just go and lift super heavy in the gym, and I never feel the urge to binge after. Last but not least, don't restrict yourself. You realize a lot of those binges happen because you feel like you're never going to get an opportunity to eat what you're binging on again. So every time you go through this episode of eating and the next day you just completely punish yourself, then you constantly give yourself this all or nothing mentality around food. It's not healthy, it's an eating disorder, and you shouldn't treat yourself that way. Stay to a calorie deficit you can stick to. That's why I always say this is super important. If you go really low on calories, you can't fit in the things you enjoy, and it makes your life really miserable. One last thing, just know that this is a journey. A few days of clean eating are not gonna get you there, and it takes time to get used to your new routine and your new diet. I'm proud of you for trying, and I know you'll eventually get there.